your left leg was Thanksgiving and your right leg is Christmas, can I visit you between the holidays? Or gaming, or football, or just staying in bed, or just recovering from drinking a large quantity of alcohol. I absolutely love my family to pieces. And I mean, it'd be quite weird if I said, yeah, do you know your family? Well, yeah, they're alright, you know. Is there any room at the inn? 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 That was all I had to, like, learn and memorise. That was the only line that Joseph said. The rest was quite frightening at one stage because it was just so packed out and so chaotic. And you're sitting around, standing around, and you're waiting for someone to come over and say, it's the best when you've got people around you. I can imagine if you're on your own for Christmas, it could be a very, very lonely place. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Oh, but yeah, it's Christmas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the DJ Bagpuss Show, Season 2, Podcast 2. It's a very Christmas special. Well, it's just a Christmas special, really. Hello guys, though, I shall say as well. DJ Bagpuss here. Welcome to the second podcast of the new series of the DJ Bagpuss Show. Just also want to say thank you so much for the support that you showed on the first podcast. We are back, and this time we are talking all things Christmas. It is a Christmas time, and Christmas takes place in around, just under a week. We are recording this. What's the date today? It is the 19th of December. So this time next week, it will be Boxing Day. So Christmas is just under a week away. I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm like a little kid at Christmas. I'm sure all of you guys are really excited after Christmas. It's really hot in this room already. Like, I wore a jumper because it was really cold as I was setting up. But now I'm absolutely roasting, and we've only been going like 2 minutes. So, yeah, thank you for the support that you showed on episode 1 of the DJ Bagpuss Show, my most popular series, the series that started it all. Came back just 2 weeks ago. A little bit of a risk, really, for the first podcast that I did, because the first podcast that I did was all about YouTube, and even though it was a really kind of, I don't know, one word, exciting, you know, informative, you know, just, you know, interested to hear kind of my YouTube life and all of the kind of general stuff about YouTube. It's great for the people that subscribe to my channel who are YouTubers themselves, but for your average Joe who doesn't really care about what YouTubers do apart from seeing the video that they actually do in question, then, you know, that podcast probably wouldn't have screamed and shouted to you. But I appreciate the support that you showed. You can download this podcast on SoundCloud. Thank you for everyone that showed support to my SoundCloud. It was a mixed opening, shall we say. A lot of the views came from YouTube, not necessarily from SoundCloud, but I appreciate the people that did download the first podcast. I really do appreciate you download this one as well. Leave a like on the video also if you enjoy this podcast. Now, I was going to wear a Christmas jumper, but I could not find my Christmas jumper. I think it'll probably resurface like next week, but you know, that's just one of those things where I couldn't find the Christmas jumper. So I've gone with kind of a t-shirt that was bought for me actually last Christmas, or it might have been the year before, like 2 Christmases ago. But anyway, this is all about Christmas time, you know. We're not going to have any Christmas jingles, but, you know, we might occasionally go into a sample, a bit of a song here and there, you know, Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, you know, but, you know, we're going to be talking all about Christmas. I'm going to talk about my Christmas plans, my best and worst Christmas moments, what the true meaning of Christmas is, you know, what is Christmas really all about, and then talk about the aftermath of Christmas going into the new year. Basically, after you've had 3 days of drinking as much alcohol as you possibly can get down you, as eating as much stuff as your stomach can endure, you know, after Christmas, you have those days where you feel like a truck has hit you and it becomes more of the dark side of Christmas. We're going to be talking about all of that. And the return, it's back, ladies and gentlemen, through no popular demand. The return of Q&A with the DJ. It's been like, I don't know, when was the last Q&A with the DJ that we did? I think it was like July, so August, September, October, November. 5 months. It has been 5 months since our last Q&A with the DJ. It is back today. Thank you for everyone who sent in questions on Twitter. I will be answering those at the end of the show. I put right at the start of the podcast point, so you can jump to that right now. But if you're still with me right now, then we will probably do Q&A with the DJ in around about 50 minutes time. I'm going to make this podcast around about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 at the very least. So, shall we get into this podcast? And I want to start this podcast by, as part of the festive season, talk about love. The festive season, it's Christmas, it's all about love. It's about sharing love with your family, sharing love with friends. If you're in relationships, maybe, it's a chance to celebrate your love with, the ones, the partner in your life that means the absolute most to you, the partner that is, the bread to your butter, incidentally. You want to treat, your other side, if you like. But for people in my position who are in the single phase and looking for maybe a little bit of Christmas love, got the mistletoe at the ready, and maybe trying to spice up a little bit of their love life with a little bit of, Christmas love, because everybody wants to fall in love with Christmas. I think everyone wants to fall in love, like, on Valentine's Day, on Easter, during the summer, and then it's Christmas. And if you found all 4 of those, you then go again, in the following year and try and get, a relationship or get into kind of the love fest, during those peak hours in the seasons of the year. So, but unfortunately for me, even though we had a little bit of summer romance, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Christmas has not been with flying colours, but maybe I need to use some Christmas pickup lines to woo my way into potentially a Christmas relationship. And I have some Christmas pickup lines here. Now, the catch of this is that they get dirtier the further we go. I've got 5 of them, and for every one that we pass, so number 1 is actually quite a nice one, and then number 2, 3 and 4 and 5, we will procrastinate and get a bit more dirtier and dirtier, and then the final one is probably the dirtiest, Christmas pickup line that I can actually find. So, yeah, there's going to be some adult humour ahead in this section before I talk about my overall Christmas plans and Christmas moments, best and worst, and discussing all of that as well. So the first one I have for you guys is a very, very nice one. So if you're in a pub or a club, or you're at a Christmas party and you see someone that you find maybe a little bit attractive, maybe someone you want to get close to, someone that you want to, maybe share some more Christmas memories in the future, or indeed at this present moment right now, you can just walk over to them and be like, should you be on top of the tree, Angel? I mean, that's quite nice. Quite a nice one. It's a nice compliment. Angels are at the top of the tree. You're complimenting a female or a male. Whatever gender or whatever sexuality is your forte. Whatever floats your boat, really, because we're not going to exclude anyone in this podcast. Whatever sexuality and whatever gender you are, you say that they're an angel, the person that you find attractive and you want to be with. That's very, very nice, isn't it? Very, very nice one. We then start to kind of descend into a bit more of the, I was about to say the more kinky side, but we're starting to get a little bit more suggestive, because number 2 is, can I take a picture of you so I can show Santa exactly what I want for Christmas? Again, quite a nice one, quite a good compliment. It's bordering a little bit of the weird and stalky side of things, but some girls, if they've got a good sense of humour, or guys, whoever you're trying to attract, if they've got a good sense of humour, they'll probably find that one reasonably funny, even though it might be a little bit weird. I mean, I can't imagine going to a Christmas party and be like, yeah, can I take a picture of you so I can show Santa exactly what I want for Christmas? Yeah. Probably be like, get away from me right now, or I will, spray you in the face. Again, that sounds really, really weird, but when people carry like those what do they call those spray things that they spray in your face, and it hurts and lies you. I've never had that in my life before, but I've seen people, you see them in the movies, if they want to get someone away, that they just spray them in the face and get them away. I think it's like, it's spray that like the police and the armed forces use, but anyway, that's the second one. And then we start to get into a bit more, even more suggestive themes, if you like. And number 3 is, what do you say we make this a not so silent night? Now that is clever. That is using Christmas music knowledge to try and imply a suggestive theme. Which again, isn't too bad. I mean, that's probably like, you know, PG kind of stuff. Yeah, that's not too bad. You know, it's kind of one of those things that is a little bit devilish and, you know, a little bit on the more risque side. But again, if you want to, you know, try and attract someone and show that you've got a sense of humour and you're not boring and you want to, you know, be a little bit cheeky, maybe you've had a lot to drink. I'm pretty sure most of these kind of pickup lines will be used when you've had a large amount to drink, like 100%, like I guarantee that. So, that is the first three, and you think those are not so bad, but then the next two probably descend into the more kind of rated R, restricted pickup lines. You only use these pickup lines if you're A, absolutely paralytic, or B, you don't want a slap from the person that you actually say it to. Because number 4, and this one is my personal favourite, even though number 5 is even more suggestive and dirty-minded, this number 4 is actually a very, very good one, because, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to like this one, okay? If your leg, or I need to say that again, if your left leg was Thanksgiving and your right leg is Christmas, can I visit you between the holidays? Oh, right. That is clever, right? That isn't just clever, that is like just, that is the greatest thing in the world. That's funny, that's suggestive. I mean, that just ticks every single one of the boxes. If your left leg was Thanksgiving and your right leg is Christmas, can I visit you between the holidays? Oh, right, this is going to be a very, very funny festive season if people are using that at the Christmas parties. I'm giving you one. If you're going to a Christmas party the next couple of days, you see this podcast, use that if you're absolutely paralytic, or just use it as a dare and see where it takes you, because I guarantee that is going to make people go places in particular. Can I visit you between the holidays? I mean, who thinks these, like, chat lines up? That's what I want to know. I want to know who the person is who's sitting, like, behind the computer thinking, "Do you know what, boys, we've got this one. This is the one we're going to use. This is the one that is going to make the internet go crazy," because someone has got to have thought of that first to conjure it up and actually put it on the internet. I just want to know the absolute genius that was the one that thought of that, because that is the best chat line I think I've heard of 2017, not just for Christmas. I mean, that's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If your leg was Thanksgiving and your right leg is Christmas, can I visit you between the holidays? Oh god, dearie me. And last but by no means least, this one is kind of, it says it what it is, you know, it's one of those things, it says what it does on the tin, and it is probably the, you know, it is the rudest one on there, but it's just one of the ones that kind of, if you don't know what this means, then yeah, you're going to probably have the conversation in a couple of years, you know, generally. But number 5 is, if you jingle my bells, I promise you a white Christmas. Just absolute filth right there. I mean, that just says it what it is. You know what that means, like, surely. And if you don't, just Google that and Google up the meaning of that. And, you know, I'm not going to explain to you guys what that means, but, you know, you surely know what that means. And that's just a great start to the podcast, really. You know, geez, don't just tip up. My personal highlight is number 4. You know, if you get a Christmas card and you're writing it to someone that you actually find kind of brilliant, or maybe on Facebook you're chatting up someone, use that. Use that chat-up line, because I tell you now, it's the best chat-up line I've heard in a while. Oh, dearie me. So, now we've got that little starting point out of the way, and I just thought, you know, last night I was looking up, like, Christmas theme kind of stuff to talk about in the podcast, and I came across these Christmas pick-up lines. I was like, I have to use them to open up this podcast. You know, what an absolute time to be alive to have a look at Christmas podcasts and looking at kind of, you know, Christmas pickup lines is deadly. I think it was about 1:30, 1:45 last night. I was having a cup of tea and looking at Christmas pickup lines, and there was a lot more dirty ones that I just could not feature in this podcast, because I do want to keep it relatively family friendly. And yeah, there were just ones that really went over the ball. You know, that line that, you know, is kind of in the statutory, you know, area of things that are acceptable on the internet. There was many Christmas pickup lines that ventured over that line into, if I literally upload this, my channel will be taken down, and that will be the end of it. Like, generally, there were some absolutely filthy ones. I'll leave a link actually to the website down in the description below, that you can check out the full list of dirty Christmas pickup lines, but obviously you will be visiting that site at your own risk, because there is a lot of suggestive content. We have a cup of tea again. get really annoyed because I've got this like Quella de Ville, well, it's not even my mug, but all the other ones, and I wanted a good adequate size for a cup of tea. All the, you know, ones that are the same size, like my Call of Duty one, is dirty, like, you know, it's in the dishwasher. So for the last 2 podcasts that I've done, I've had to resort to this Quella de Ville mug of, you know, to have a cup of tea. So yeah, again, really, I'm not trying to, you know, suggest like, that I'm absolutely massive fan of the Little Mermaid, although there's not a bad thing with that, but yeah, Disney films and me just don't mix unless it's Pixar. The Pixar films are the only films that I actually watch, and we'll be talking about Christmas films in just a matter of moments. Oh, lovely. Again, for the SoundCloud listeners down there, I have to like say, you know, tea break. So yeah, there was a pause. You'll hear me like slurp on a drink, and that is literally my break. I've also got some water here as well to keep the mouth very, very dry. So, what am I doing for this Christmas? Because Christmas is a big time in the DJ Bagpuss household, and I'm not going to go into kind of every little thing that we do, but it's a massive time for family, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's my break. I have literally all this month been working flat out on my YouTube channel, like tirelessly. And as I said, I love doing it and I love putting out videos for you guys. But I've worked quite hard over this particularly in the last month really. We've been kind of smashing out videos left, right, and centre. I've been spending a week working on my 100 subscriber like special that went down really, really well. And you don't know how long it took me to make that, but the support has been very, very positive. And it was worthwhile particularly. And the only thing I kind of, with the 100 subscribe special, is that I used something in it which, for like people who watched it, they've had to shut their eyes because of something that I did, like a technique, but I knew that going into that 100 subscribe special, so yeah. But other than that, it was people say it's one of my best videos ever, and I generally think it is the best video I've ever created, really. And you know, I'd say that like my football video was like the crowning jewel of my YouTube channel, but I think that is up there. There's like videos as a content creator that you make that you hold it in a very high esteem. And even though I, you know, without sounding cocky, I believe all the videos that I make are good. Maybe the occasional Arsenal rant, which I like watch the next time thinking, actually, oh my god, how embarrassing are you? But you know, other than that, yeah, most of the videos that I create for you guys, I believe are up to a really good standard. But there's a couple of videos that I like, I finished watching it and just like, that was very, very nice. So, we've worked quite hard this month, and I'm really looking forward to just having 3 days spending time with family, you know, friends, and, yeah, with family and friends, and just relaxing and chilling, you know. I'm having 3 days where I'm literally not doing it. Well, I'm recording the evening of Boxing Day for my Analyse Arsenal series, but Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and all day Boxing Day, I'm not recording, I'm not editing, I'm not doing anything of that nature. I'm literally just spending time with family, just chilling and relaxing. And that's what Christmas should all be about, you know. You know, for me, working, you know, on my YouTube channel, for you guys who have been at school, or at college, or, you know, working full time, a lot of people will be working all the way up to the next Friday, which is the 22nd of December. So they're going to be working all the way up to the weekend of Christmas. So, you know, everybody deserves a little bit of time off, a little bit of time to themselves, where they can just relax, chill, and spend time being with the ones that they love the absolute most. And that is literally what Christmas is all about. And for us, in our family, like, Christmas is, you know, because we're such a tight-knit family, like, Christmas in our house is, because we spend a lot of time together generally, you know, there isn't really a distinct kind of feel in terms of the difference. Like, you know, we spend time together at weekends, you know, there's no difference spending time on a regular weekend than spending time together, you know, at Christmas. I think for, like, the bigger families, like, if you've got loads of, like, aunts, uncles, you know, dad and granddad, everybody comes together over Christmas, and that is when you kind of get that real feel of Christmas nostalgia, because you've got all your family in one place, and you can, you know, have great times, you know, incorporate and create great memories, and then, you know, look back at what a great kind of couple of days that we'll spend it with your entire group. And for us, you know, obviously I have like dads and granddads and aunts and uncles, or don't, my dad and granddad passed away, but, you know, my aunt, I have an uncle, I have a couple of aunts actually, but we never ever see them like in the festive season. Like, I've seen them this year, but, you know, because they live quite far, like, away, you know, we don't come together all at Christmas. So it's normally just our family group, if you like. And that means that we literally just spend, you know, 3 days with each other in each other's company. Now, my other like my whole family, you know, and I'd say that I do this, but they normally spend a lot of time, like most of the nights they're all sitting together watching telly. I am like a gamer and I do YouTube, and when I was at college I spend the majority of the time in this room. So for me, it's even more special coming together with family, even though I do that on weekends and in the evening we watch telly together, but I do spend a large portion of my time in this room. So for me, Christmas is like a great time just to be able to be in a family environment and just relax. You know, I've got a Christmas special coming out Christmas Eve, and I'm going to be scheduling that, so my YouTube channel will still be working even though I won't be doing anything remotely. And I can openly say that like I'm just looking forward to having 3 days where I don't have to worry. Like recently over the last couple of weeks I've been waking up each day thinking, right, what have I got to get done today, what video have I got to record, what have I got to edit, and you know, don't get me wrong, that's not bad. I love doing it, but you know, it was one of those things where it would just be nice to wake up and just be like, I could just lounge around all day and not do anything really. And for us, really, and this is going to be quite controversial, I actually prefer Christmas Eve to actually Christmas Day, Boxing Day. I know everyone will say, well, you get presents and all that, but there's something about Christmas Eve that I've always loved, and I don't know what it is, and maybe because I'll speak about my like best Christmas moments, but maybe because we used to do quite a lot on Christmas Eve, that I've always regarded Christmas Eve as quite a big day, and a lot of people kind of like to disregard Christmas Eve, but I'm the opposite. I absolutely love Christmas Eve, and there's a number of reasons why I like Christmas Eve. Firstly, because it's the first day of the Christmas like holiday, you know, and you're really starting to get excited. You know, you've got Christmas Day like in 24 hours. So when I was younger, I remember Christmas Eve being, okay, it's one more day till we get our presents and we get lovely food and we get to watch like really good telly. But I'm just now, Christmas Eve, I like the whole feeling in the air of building up to something. Like I like seeing things get built up, and there's always a good feeling in the air, you know, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and you know, because leading up to it, you know, everyone has been busy going out buying food, drink, presents, getting everything sorted, getting all their work done. You know, schools and colleges at this time pull out, you know, endless amounts of mock exams, and you know, college, you're trying to get your coursework done, and if you're at university, you're starting to get your modules, you know, sent in to be moderated, and you've got deadlines coming up. So you know, you've been building up in quite a, not really a hostile, but a very strenuous environment. That Christmas Eve is kind of the first day that you can literally sit back and relax. And I know there's probably a couple of people out there that leave all their like shopping to the very last day, and they're like running around on Christmas Eve, but the chances are you're at home and you're getting ready to soak in and seal up the Christmas crackers that you've got ahead of you. But I absolutely love Christmas Eve. You know, what we do is we get up, you know, we watch some telly, and then we have a really, really nice meal. My mother and my father cook on Christmas Eve. They never ever cook on Christmas Day, but we cook on Christmas Eve. We have a lovely, lovely meal, and then we just, you know, spend time watching telly, talking, and it's just a really, really nice day. And you know, in the most recent years, I've not really felt a difference from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. You know, when I was younger, we used to like, you go to like the church carol service and, you know, watch, you know, like it wasn't really a nativity, but it was like a service that they do on Christmas Eve, like the local church. And even though I'm not religious, we used to, when I was younger, I used to go. I don't go anymore because, you know, like since I've become like 40 and 50, I just don't go to church, and I don't hold anything against people going to church. You know, that there are people in my family who are believers, but you know, I'm not religious in any shape or form. But when I was younger, I used to go just because, you know, if your mum and dad say we're going to church, and you're like of a younger age, you go to church incidentally. But you know, so we used to do that, and we used to I just remember having loads of great memories on Christmas Eve. You know, a lot of people, you know, stay at home and they cook the turkey, but we do it on Christmas Eve just because, you know, you want to share just a great day, and also of the fact, and I'm going to talk about my worst Christmas moment, but if you have such a lovely day on Christmas Eve, if something goes wrong, and we all know that there is always a chance that, you know, you're always going to have just a Christmas from hell. You know, maybe in your family, you know, hypothetically, you've got maybe, I don't know, like your mum and your sister don't get on, and there's always a chance that an argument could kick off, or the whatever you're cooking could get burnt. There's always something in the wings, or a present could be incorrect. There's always something that potentially could ruin Christmas Day. So, you know, in my mind, if we have an amazing Christmas Eve and something by chance actually goes wrong on Christmas Day, it's not really, you've had a great day together as a family, you know, what you expect to do on Christmas Day. So, you know, I like that idea, and I like the thought and the feeling of being, just having a really, really relaxing and, you know, chilled out day. And I hold Christmas Eve, you know, high up there. Christmas Day, again, is a great day. You know, you're opening presents in the morning, and then literally, like, we always, like, go out on Christmas Day. You know, always go out. We never ever cook at home, you know, or we always, like, go somewhere, or someone cooks for us, like, at home. You know, none of us do any, you know, sort of cooking whatsoever on Christmas Day. We always get cooked for us, and that's because on Christmas Day, I do understand, because, like, Christmas dinner with the family is, like, the centerpiece and the hallmark of a Christmas Day. But it, you know, particularly when I have my own family and become a father, I won't be cooking on Christmas Day. You know, I can't see the appeal in stressing out about cooking a Christmas dinner, because it's not just like your average dinner that you're cooking. You know, the responsibility of cooking a Christmas dinner is, like, gargantuan. Like, really, it is absolutely massive, and if you mess up a Christmas dinner, you're in trouble. You're in absolutely big trouble, let's just say. So I like the idea that we just, you know, we don't cook for ourselves on Christmas Day, and then we kind of have lots of drinks, and then the Christmas Day telly schedule in the evening is brilliant. Like an EastEnders Christmas, I've watched the Christmas Day episode of EastEnders every single year for, like, the last, I don't know, 10, 11 years. I mean, funny thing with EastEnders, I used to watch it when I was younger. Like, I used to be a regular follower of it, and then I kind of grew out of love with it once, like, Bradley died in 2010. I was like, that's it, I'm done, because I didn't like that. How could they kill off poor Bradley? You know, they're like, the stags run, and after that I got bored, and then I picked up again when the Who Killed Lucy thing happened a couple of years ago, and from Christmas 2015 to now, I've been watching EastEnders every single day for the last 2 years. It's like my guilty pleasure. I absolutely, positively just love EastEnders. So the Christmas Day episode is always big. I used to watch Doctor Who's Christmas special when David Tennant was in it. Once he left, I was done with the show. But I remember that used to be, like, a huge thing. I remember used to be so excited, like, because Doctor Who would wrap up in the summer, and then it would always leave on a cliffhanger. You'd have to wait till Christmas to see what was going to happen. Like, one year, if you guys remember the Runaway Bride, when Catherine Tate first appeared in Doctor Who, and it was like once Rose and the Doctor were split up. And this is, I'm getting very nerdy when I talk about Doctor Who, because it used to be my life back in the day. But I remember they were split up, and they were split away, and, you know, the Doctor could never see Rose again. She was on a parallel world and all that malarkey, and then the Doctor, he's crying and like, you know, trying to get over the fact that he's lost Rose forever and ever and ever. He sees this bride standing in the TARDIS, and she's like, you know, who are you? What the hell is this place? And then it just ends. It says it will return at Christmas for the Runaway Bride. And I remember just being so hyped, like, oh my god, it's the Doctor Who Christmas special. I can't wait to see what they are going to do. Like, generally, I was so excited for that. So you got that, and then you've got, like, now we've got the Mrs. Brown's Boys Christmas special, Top of the Pops. I don't watch the Queen's Speech. I know that's really, really bad of me to say, but I don't watch the Queen's Speech. Like, I've seen it, obviously, everyone has seen the Queen's Speech, and I occasionally watch it now and then, but generally the last couple of years I have not watched the Queen's Speech. I think it's one of those things where, like, you'll find your parents or your elders sitting down at 3 o'clock saying, like, everyone just shush. It's the only way that they demand it is to hear the Queen's Speech. Like, it is a very, very, like, huge thing that happens at Christmas, and I can't imagine a Christmas without the Queen's Speech. But personally, I don't, it's not that I don't care about it, I just don't really take too much notice of it. So, you know, and that sounds really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. You know, but I think it's just our young generation, we just, if I said to my old mate, so you're watching the Queen's Speech on, and you're watching the Queen's Speech on Christmas Day, I think you probably would know what the answer and the response would be from my mates. They just feel like, what on earth are you on about? Like, generally speaking, what the hell are you talking about, the Queen's Speech? And then Boxing Day, I absolutely love Boxing Day because it's football day. Like, you don't have any football Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, much to the delight of the women in the Bagley household. But Boxing Day is the day where you get football. Now this year, there is no, normally, like Arsenal have been on telly the last like 2 years, mate, I think. I think last season we were on Boxing Day. Who did we play? We played West Brom. I remember, Boxing Day. I remember watching that game. And then we played Southampton where we absolutely got battered by them 4-0. I remember that was on Boxing Day. That was 2 years ago actually. So we played West Brom last year, and then we played Southampton. We got absolutely battered. So we've normally been on telly like the last like 2-3 years. But this year we're not on telly. But obviously I will be recording my analysis last night. But I probably will watch like the other football. Like I think Man United, Manchester City are on telly on Boxing Day, so I definitely be watching that. And Boxing Day is like the day where you're just. I normally have it in bed. I'm normally in bed most of Boxing Day because like it's been too full on day. I mean, even though it's not really been full on in terms of the relaxing part and chilling, but I'm normally either I've been hungover on Boxing Day. That's been a new thing that has kind of cascaded into my life, or I've been in a situation where I just can't be asked to get up because I just fancy a day in bed watching YouTube or football, or both really. Or I think last year I literally played The Evil Within for like 12 hours on Boxing Day because it was one of the new games I got. Actually, that was 2 years ago actually. I think last year I played Deadpool on Boxing Day because obviously you get games Christmas, and Boxing Day is the day where I just literally played them for a whole day. So it depends on what games I get this year. Yeah, whether I'm going to get like PUBG or what else. What actually, I need to... What games have I asked for? That's really bad, isn't it? I've asked for like 2 games for Christmas and I can't actually remember. Actually no, The Evil Within 2 I've asked for, and the South Park The Fractured Butthole. Those are the 2 games that I have put on my little Christmas list, and hopefully Santa will come and deliver them to me. I've been a good boy this year. And I know I'm 18 and yeah, literally the response to that. But yeah, Boxing Day will be either like just watching telly or gaming or football, or just staying in bed, or just recovering from drinking a large quantity of alcohol. Please drink responsibly. But yeah, so that's kind of like the Christmas plans. That really is. But what also I like about Christmas is spontaneous. You just go with the flow. You kind of just do what you want to do and you get on with it, and you know, you just take what the day brings, incidentally. Another tea break, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Jesus. I literally downed that all in one. Alright, tea's gone. We're now sticking to water. It's the only thing when you're doing a podcast and you've not got a co-host. Like, this is the time where when they're talking, I'm drinking. I literally can't do that. So, you know, I say to you guys, just tea break. You can watch me drink lovely, sweet sound of a cup of tea. So that is my, like, Christmas plans. Let's talk about my, like, best Christmas moments and worst Christmas moments. So, kind of, there's been a lot of great moments over the years, and as I said, I've kind of spoke about the best Christmas moment is just being with the family. You know, that is my highlight. You know, because I absolutely love my family to pieces, and I mean, it'd be quite weird if I said, yeah, do you love your family? Well, yeah, they're all right. You know. Yeah, I generally absolutely love my family, and I love spending time with them, and we've had some great memories over Christmas. When I was younger, I remember like we used to play board games, and even though I'm not religious, I actually used to enjoy going to church when I was younger. I don't know why, maybe because I just knew that we used to go like to church in the evenings, so I knew that it was only going to be a couple of hours until we got our presents, or we'd go to sleep, and the following morning we'd be welcomed with a basket of, you know, just presents, really. I was trying to make a joke out of that, that we were welcomed by an array of gold, frankincense and myrrh. You know, if you ever heard an Irish person say, like, myrrh, he goes, myrrh. I've literally just been, you know, racist to every Irish person out there, so apologies for that. But, you know, literally, if you type in YouTube, type in Irish people saying that, it literally sounds like that, like myrrh. But yeah, like, I actually quite enjoyed like going out to church instead, even though I'm not religious by any stretch of the imagination. And other great memories I've had of Christmas is like the Christmas songs that I played, you know, the Christmas Eve meal, just the spending time and relaxing and chilling. We've had some great like highlights in terms of like playing board games, like particularly last year as I've got older. We've done like a few X-rated games that have just been some of the funniest times ever, and we involve like drinking and alcohol involved, and that just mixture is just priceless moments. You know, obviously I like to keep my family life personal, obviously. So, but it'd be quite interesting if I filmed one of the games that we played like last year. It would be not just the funniest video you've ever seen, but I don't actually feel I could upload it because it generally is just, it's absolutely hilarious. Kind of like what goes on incidentally. So those are great Christmas moments. I'm just trying to think of like other great things that have happened at Christmas. There's one that I used to have in primary school, which is a best Christmas moment. It's the Christmas show, the nativity. Not so much secondary school, because we used to just have talent shows where we would just watch people perform. I remember when I was at my secondary school, we used to have talent shows in year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Didn't participate in anyone, even though I used to sing to my schoolmate. Actually, I tell you what, I did enter a talent show once, but I bottled out of it. Like, they said, oh, you're going to do fine, and then the closer I got to it, the closer I was like, I do not want to go up that stage. I made myself look like an absolute tit, so I bottled it on my mug, really. But at primary school, the Christmas play, you'd be starting the Christmas play like late November, early December. Like, as soon as you came back from like your half term in November, you'd start doing the Christmas show. Oh, the Christmas show at primary school. And at my primary school, it used to be a huge thing. Like, you'd have to audition, you do all the auditions, you then do well, you wouldn't do dress rehearsals, but you start rehearsing your lines, you'd have to learn like the music part, then you'd be doing loads and loads of rehearsals, you do dress rehearsal, and then the big moment where all your parents arrive, they go into the assembly, to the 2 rows, and they watch an hour and a half of performance, and then you get to see them after and, you know, treat them with a drink. Absolutely brilliant. I used to love, you know, Christmas time at primary school. Not only did we have the Christmas disco, which, I mean, everyone just loves their, you know, school discos, but the Christmas disco was like a highlight, and then after that, it literally was the Christmas, you know, show that primary schools used to put on. And I remember all 4 parts that I had got, even now to this day. Like, I got in year 3, 4, 5 and 6. In year 3 we did the nativity standard, and I was Joseph. I actually was Joseph. Now, the irony with the Joseph part, because I was a little bit of a theatrical performer, I may say. You know, I wouldn't just, you know, give it up. Yeah, I wouldn't just give it my all. I would absolutely put 110% into it. You know, it's like when I'm on stage, I don't just, you know, say the lines. I proclaim the lines. You know, I put 110% to it, and I got Joseph. I got the part of Joseph. The only bad thing is that Joseph only had one speech throughout the entire nativity play. I know it's Joseph. He's the main part. You know, I'm the daddy of Jesus. But I had one line, and it was a one line that was repeated 5 times, and it's when you knock on the door and you say, or you go, is there any room at the inn? 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 That was all I had to like learn and memorise. That was the only line that Joseph said. The rest of the time he was basically, I was Mary's just, you know, fuel. You know, Mary would be angry at me, shout at me, just ignore me. You know, I was literally just Mary's spare part until that one line where she decided that she couldn't knock on the door, so I would do it for her and say those lines. Is there any room at the end? That was the only thing I had to say. And this is gonna, I can't believe I'm revealing this, but the girl that played Mary, and I really hope she doesn't watch this, but the girl that played Mary, I had a serious crush on her in primary school. Like, you know, you have those little silly crushes. Like, in primary school, I had 2 crushes. There was one girl that I crushed on from like year 3 to year 6, and I was out of it. I never ever got anywhere near, you know, having a chance to go out with her. Although I did have a couple of girlfriends in primary school, but again, you know, you can't really count them because it's just holding hands with a girl round the playground. That is it, really. I used to think, you know, I'm in love, I'm going to get married to this girl, yeah, I'm going to be with her for the rest of my life. It doesn't happen. And when you go to secondary school, it's a completely different kettle of fish. But I remember that I just had a crush on the girl that played Mary, and I was like, oh my god, you know, Mary and Joseph. And you know, obviously, the only thing I did do is I like had to hold her hand in one scene. I was like thinking, oh my god, this is the greatest thing in the world. But you know, it wasn't the reason I got Joseph. What did I have to do to audition to be Joe? I don't know why I'm asking you. You weren't there. You were, unless you're watching this and you were like a primary school teacher. You probably won't even remember. I think I had to do like a monologue of, like, I don't know. I had to do something. But out of all the guys that auditioned for Joseph, I just remember that they said that I was the best one. I mean, you know, are they wrong actually? You know, are they wrong whatsoever? And so that was the nativity in year 3. Absolutely going well. Year 4, we did, right, year 6 we did an adaptation of Robin Hood. Year 5 we did Scrooge in year 5. In year 4 we did, one of those. Also maybe A Christmas Carol. I can't actually remember what year 4, but I remember year 5 we did Scrooge. I wasn't Scrooge, I was one of the ghosts. I wasn't the main ghost, but I was like a secondary ghost. Again, I gave it my all, and I don't really have too many fond memories of the year 5, but I do remember year 6, because year 6 we did an adaptation, there we go. So again, can't say that word. It's nearly Christmas, guys. I'm starting to get burnt out, really. But yeah, again, it's interesting to me. It was really hard to say that word. An adaptation. There we go. You said it once. Don't try like, you know, I'm doing the Paul Merson. You know, you said it once. You're now trying to get going to say it. But we did an adaptation of, there we go, of Robin Hood, where I played Much the Miller, and this is because I could really like go high pitch. I was a very, very squeaky child. I never ever want to show you guys any videos of me when I was young. I've got a couple of videos when I was like 6 or 7, and who knows, maybe in a special video I will showcase some of them. You see the picture of me when I was like, I don't know, when I was like 6 or 7, you know, in my Doctor Who pyjamas, you know, covered with Doctor Who merchandise. I sent it into a magazine and actually won. I won a competition. I think I had to send a picture of me surrounded by Doctor Who stuff, and I think I won like a Doctor Who DVD or something. Again, I was absolutely obsessed with Doctor Who when I was a youngster. But I remember I was playing Much the Miller, and you know, as I said, I was very, very squeaky, and it was like, you know, save me, Robin, save me. Yes, there's one line where like Much is in very, very, you know, he's in a very, very distressed state. If we're being perfectly honest, I think, you know, he's got guards chasing him, someone's been captured and taken, and like this is the moment where Much has got to come in, and you know, he needs Robin Hood's help. Incidentally, so I remember walking in and being like, you know, they got me, Robin, save me. And I really put emphasis into it. Like how I've just said it, my voice was like 5 octaves higher, and like the pitch of it was very, very squeaky. I remember I got the part. I thought after doing this, I thought I've absolutely aced this. I have got this 100%. Like generally, I've got the Much the Miller role. And I did. I played Much the Miller, and it was really, really good, and that was our final kind of Christmas performance. It was either a Christmas performance or a Leavers performance, but I'm pretty sure it was Christmas, because we always used to do a Christmas performance. And then combined with that was the school disco back in primary school. Christmas at primary school, we used to have that. Used to have the school dinners, the Christmas school dinners. Oh my god, the Christmas school dinners were the nicest. That is the nicest Christmas meal. Like, you go to any restaurant whatsoever, you know, but hands down, the best Christmas meal I ever had were the ones at the school dinner. I don't know what they did to it, but they were just the nicest thing. You used to get like an absolute huge, I think it was like it was a plain cake, because I'm really boring when it comes to cake. I don't like Christmas pudding. You know, I don't like I only like either chocolate fudge cake or just plain cake. And I think it was like a massive sponge cake that we had. We had the turkey, the pigs in blanket, the stuffing balls, the potatoes, the carrots. It was just, oh my god, it was so good, so good. And even at like secondary school and college, like the Christmas school dinners, they were expensive. I think you had to pay like they weren't really expensive, but normally you pay like £1.50 for your school dinners, and they like doubled the price. So it was like £3 you had to pay for it. And at college they were about £2.50, £2.60. But they were very, very nice. They were very, very nice school dinners. And just Christmas, you know, when you're at school, college, it's an exciting time. You know, at college we had like a talent show a couple of seasons ago. You know, I was doing the music tech, so I was like doing the sound for the Christmas gigs. And again, best moments, even though they justify as worst moments, when I was completing my music technology diploma, we had to do a Christmas gig instead, where we had to set up and run the Christmas talent show at college. It's a 12-hour day. We got in at 9 AM, we set up all the equipment, we had to go for rehearsals, we had to we had to do all the technical side. Then we had to do 2 live performances. Bearing in mind, we're getting marked for every single thing that we do. We can't have any assistance whatsoever. We're working as a group, but if one person messes up, it could basically impact on every single person. It's not just how you handle the technical stuff, it's how you work with a group and how you sort out problems if and when they arise. And I just remember that we started at 9 AM, and then you have the 2 performances. So we had one at 3 o'clock and one at 7:30. And then we were out there at 10, so it was a 12 or 13-hour day normally, and it absolutely used to kill me. Even though I got Distinction Star in both of the Christmas gigs that I did over the 2 years that I was there, absolutely killed me, I spent the whole of the next day in bed. Normally it was our last day, so after that we were done for the Christmas, and that was it. But absolutely just wore me out to pieces. I was so tired the next day because you're constantly on your feet, and it's just a very, very manual and heavy day. But when you're at school, college, even probably university, it'd be interesting. Let me know down in the conversation below, because I don't go to university, because a lot of people that are staying at university come home for Christmas. But if you're staying in, or do people actually stay in the campuses at Christmas, or does everybody go home for Christmas? I don't know, but if you are at the university campuses this Christmas and you're watching this, let me know down in the comment section below what kind of things that you do and all of that good stuff. But I've had a lot of great Christmas moments. It's going to be interesting now, because now I've finished education. This Christmas, it's now solely family orientated. Where last year it was college, and the year before that college, and then school. So it does feel slightly different, because there is a hype. When you're building up to Christmas, end of term, you're getting all your results out of the way, and you're doing all these kind of extra Christmassy activities. It's a fun time. Whatever place or time you are in education, it always is interesting. And I just have so many great memories at Christmas, and that's what Christmas is meant to be about. It's about creating memories and then looking back to share those memories in a Christmas to come. However, as I said earlier, even though you have your best Christmas moments, there is a slim chance, but it's still there is a probability that things could go wrong. Whether, as I said, you burn the Christmas dinner, an argument takes place, or you go somewhere that just is absolutely just horrendous. And on Christmas Day, that is the worst thing in the world. Hands down. I would tell you my worst Christmas moment. This is only one, and this is a very, very interesting story. And this is the justification of a Christmas nightmare. But actually, looking back, it was it wasn't funny at the time, but it was very, very interesting. So, say about 16, 15, 40. So about 5 years ago, we're going back to Christmas 2012. And normally what we do on Christmas Day is, as I said, we occasionally go out. Over the last couple of years, we've always gone to one establishment, and if we've enjoyed that establishment, we've gone back the following year to an establishment. We have a local pub that does an absolutely naughty, beautiful Christmas dinner. They do everything. As I said, turkey, potatoes. You've got the pigs in blanket. You've got the Christmas pudding. You've got the chocolate fudge cake. They do everything. Whatever you want for your Christmas dinner. Obviously, in terms of the Christmas dinner, kind of what you expect to see at Christmas. In terms of the roast dinner and the Christmas star and dessert, they do it, and then you get the cheese and crackers, and you get a hot drink at the end of it. So it's a 5-course meal, and we've gone there. We went there in 2014, 13. And 11, and in 2016 and 15 we went to another restaurant where one year we decided for a little bit of a change. The restaurant that we did go to, we really, really enjoyed, but the following year we went to it was alright, but it wasn't great, so we've gone back to the establishment we went for 3 years. But in 2012 we wanted to change, and we wanted to try somewhere new, and one of the local pubs, which you may or may know if you're in the Kent area, is called The Star, and it is the Star pub, and they were doing Christmas. They were open on Christmas Day and doing a Christmas meal for the first time ever. Now, looking back, the warning signs are there. There are red flashes at this stage, because any establishment that is opening, like, you know, for a Christmas Day meal for the first time ever is a red flag, because, you know, normally restaurants can cater for when they've got large groups of people, and when they've got, you know, quite a heavy account of, you know, customers that are, you know, dining in their restaurant. But Christmas Day is a different kettle of fish. A lot of people go out on Christmas Day for a meal. Even though lots of people also stay at home and have their own traditional Christmas meal, a lot of people go out. And when you've got a new place opening that had a good reputation, that is a very good pub, that is in the heart of, you know, where I live, it's kind of in the heart of the area, so it's very, very kind of good in terms of the location of it, very easy, accessible to get to. But the red flags were there, because you just know things are not going to go according to plan. Now, what we do normally is you get two shows. You get a 12:30 showing and you get a 2:30 showing. And we always like to go to the 2:30 one, because you don't want to be like getting up in the morning if you are going out for me. You don't want to be rushing around, you know, opening your presents, you know, having to get, you know, dressed, you know, and trying to get out the door. You know, we always go for the later show, because we want, you know, to relax a little bit. We all get up about 9 on Christmas Day, open our presents, you know, chill out, have some, you know, light breakfast, you know, get dressed, and all's right. Well, so because we have quite a big family, we have to do 2 trips in our car. So I went in the first one, and I remember this, and we got there and it was absolutely packed. And this is we left at about 1:30, got there at 1:45, you know. So incidentally, we were early. I remember we arrived fairly early, and you think at about, I don't know, 2:15, when you know it's 15 minutes away from when you're having your sit-in, you would expect, and you would reckon that, like, the establishment will start to clear out, but it wasn't happening. You know, you come in at 12:30, you got 2 hours to eat your meal. Now, what the staff didn't do is that they didn't ask people at 2:30 to leave, because it's Christmas Day. If you're halfway through having your meal or you're relaxing, you can't tell the people that have paid money to have a Christmas Day meal at your restaurant to leave. So at around 2:15, it was very, very packed, and I'm telling you, like, there were no seats anywhere. It was filled up, because you had, you know, majority, like, I'd say 90% of the people that went for the 12:30 show still eating, and then you had about 78% of the people that turned up to the 2:30 showing arriving, and the staff were not telling the other people to leave. So, as you can imagine, things start to get a little bit hectic. My mother and father go on the second run, they get out the car, they go in, and they see this absolute, like, swarm of people, and it's not a good feeling. You know, we've already been waiting there half an hour, you know, we're standing, we've had a drink, but it's not going, you know, particularly well, because the staff just ran off their feet. They're trying to service loads of people, and they've got a lot of people asking where they're going to be sitting. 2:45 comes round, so we're 15 minutes into when we should be sitting down for our meal, and we're still waiting around, and there's even more people in this establishment. Like, it was quite frightening at one stage, because it was just so packed out and so chaotic, and you're sitting around, standing around, and you're waiting for someone to come over and say, oh, you know, please be seated, and it's not happening. So one of my family members, who is quite vocal, goes over to talk to one of the staff members and says, when are we going to be seated? And they said, we'll get to you as soon as we can. And that is literally all they're saying. You know, all they're saying is that we will, you know, come over to you and say that your table is ready, and we will be with you at, you know, ASAP. But that didn't happen. Okay, 3:30 rolls around, 1 hour into, you know, sit down for our Christmas meal, we still haven't had anything. Now, at this point, all I've had is a bowl of cereal. I am sinking at this stage, right? You know, I should have eaten an hour ago for our Christmas meal. 3:30, and we're still waiting around. And again, you know, it's starting to clear out a little bit, but there are still a lot of people there, and just no staff members are coming over to talk to us whatsoever. However, you'd think, right, that, you know, one of the things you do is just leave. But the problem with that is there is nowhere on Christmas Day to go. Like, generally, like, you know, not even McDonald's is open. So, you know, if you don't eat at the intended restaurant that you are at, you're not going to eat on Christmas Day. That's why you've got to book in advance, because everywhere is just so packed out. But about 4 o'clock, which is an hour and a half after our intended, slot that we should have been sitting down for, which is 90 minutes, which is just absolutely ridiculous. We actually then get seated, and we're all very, very hungry. We're starting to get a little bit agitated. We're not, best pleased with the serving, but we're finally sitting down, and hopefully food will be with us soon. And you think it can't get any worse, but it does, because we sat down at 4 o'clock. 5:45 turns up, and we've not even had our starter yet. Not even had our starter. We had a starter, a main, a dessert, cheese and biscuits, and a hot drink, and a mince pie. It was a 5-course meal. Not even a starter. And right now, my family, we are absolutely fuming. It's just unacceptable. We came here at 1:45. At 5:45, that is 4 hours, and I've not had a single piece of food. I was so hungry. When you get those stomach pains, and you're hunched over in pain, and you are so much in pain. That was one of those things where I generally just didn't think I was ever going to eat again, incidentally. And I was just so hungry, and it was just, it was becoming extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? It was just becoming quite a depressing place to be. However, round about 5:45, 10 to 6, we get our starter. And our starter actually was quite nice. I remember having this special bread that had this own kind of sauce over it. It reminded me a bit like garlic, pizza bread, but it wasn't. It had hints of garlic in it. It was just flavoured bread that I had, because I'm just quite bland as it is. And that actually was quite nice. And the starters we had were very, very nice. So we thought maybe we could salvage something. Well, an hour passes, so we have our starter at 5:45. 6:50, we get our main course, and it is turkey, potatoes, and veg and batter puddings. Turkey's cold. We've got 2 potatoes. Vegetable is mushy, and there was a hair in my dinner. Food was absolutely appalling, because it had been so long since the chefs had cooked it. And they were rushed around, that they weren't putting in the time and effort that you need, incidentally. And it was absolutely horrendous. I had a couple of mouthfuls, I couldn't eat it. It was disgusting. So even though I was quite content with the starter I had, the main course was absolutely just horrendous. Absolutely disgusting. None of us had our main course. The dessert, I was promised a chocolate brownie surprise. And the chocolate brownie surprise was 2 brownies and a scoop of ice cream. And literally 3 mouthfuls of the ice cream, and you were done. So the meal was undercooked. There was not enough of it. It was disgusting in its textures. It just was horrible. The cheese and crackers cheese was not really mouldy, but it just wasn't nice whatsoever. And the biscuits were stale. And the hot drinks we had were freezing cold. And we finished that meal at 7:30. For a 2:30 sit-in, we should have been out of the start by at least 5 o'clock. Normally we go for a 2:30 show, and we're back home by 5, 5:15, 5:30 at the latest. Although you're not in any rush. A 5-hour meal, and you don't sit down till 4 o'clock. You don't get served till 5:45, 6:20, and then we got our dessert fairly quickly, 20 minutes after we got our dessert. Then another 15 minutes after we got our cheese crackers, then we had a hot drink. But because we didn't have it, we were out the door fairly quickly. Going between 7:30, absolutely sinking. Got no food in the house. We had to resort to just Chris and snacks. Credit my mother, bless her, because she got together a really, really kind of just good selection of food and that, just to fill us up. But it was absolutely horrible. There's nothing worse than not even having a nice Christmas dinner, but to be starved, incidentally, and to be waiting around for that length of time, and with chaos and people being argumentative. You also had people starting to get violent. It was just a chaotic day, and one of the worst Christmas experiences I've ever witnessed. Unfortunately for the staff, every single one of the staff members that worked on that day got fired. The star was taken over by a new food kind of business, and we got a full refund for our troubles, and we also got one free meal to say thank you. And the free meal that we got in like the February-March of like 2030 was actually very, very nice, but you just wouldn't go back there for Christmas because you don't want to take that risk. And it was absolutely just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. It was absolutely disgusting, you know, generally. And that is the risk that you take if you go out on, you know, if you go out for Christmas, that there's a chance that, you know, it could be spoilt. But I've never ever, and I don't think ever in my life I will ever have a Christmas Day meal that was as bad as that. I mean, everything that you could possibly imagine that could go wrong did go wrong, and it was just absolutely just a disastrous Christmas. But what was great is that in the evening it brought us all together, and, you know, in the end we can laugh about it. But yeah, at the time we absolutely just fuming and furious, and it did ruin that Christmas for us. But, you know, at the end of the day, it brought our family together, and it's all about family, and it's all about, you know, what family means, incidentally. And that brings me kind of nicely on to talk about what the true meaning of Christmas is. And again, that literally is just love and family, you know. You know, family is with you when things get too much and when things don't go according to plan. I know there's a lot of families out there that, you know, I know there's lots of dysfunctional families out there, and I'm speaking from being in a stable, loving and secure family, and, you know, I don't know any different, you know, and that is the plain truth of the matter is. And I do know there's lots of families that do have a lot of problems, but, you know, families normally stick together and, you know, are always with you. So if you ever have a bad Christmas, you know, you still have your family, and you still can, you know, share memories and, you know, have warm moments together. You know, it's not about the presents. You know, it's not even necessarily about the food, even though those are perks to what makes Christmas so lovely and what makes it so exciting for most people, that they get lovely food, they get to drink lots, they get presents. You know, the true meaning of it is spending time with your family and your friends, and giving love back to them. And crucially, what it is for you to appreciate the loving people around you. You know, I always, and even though a lot of people, you know, my age don't think of this, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, it's not something that crosses my mind day to day, but you got to think there's a lot of people out there who are less fortunate, people that are like homeless this Christmas, people that don't have loving families, who will have a very, very lonely, and it just won't be a great Christmas. You know, Christmas it's the best when you've got people around you. I can imagine if you're on your own for Christmas, it could be a very, very lonely place, because when you see all these families and loved ones, you know, coming together and celebrating and having great moments and creating memories together, and you're on there on your own, it could make Christmas a quite dark place. And, you know, that is a huge thing that you've got to consider, that, you know, be thankful for the love and you know, support that you have in your life, because there's a lot of people out there that don't have that, and the true meaning is literally love and family, and that is the main message of Christmas. That is what Christmas is all about: love and family. You know, and there's no other explanation. I don't need to go into any more detail on that. Just remember, when you're having your Christmas this year, appreciate the friends and family that you have around you, and also, you know, just take a second to think of the people that are less fortunate than yourself, and also, you know, have fun. You know, this is your chance to eat lots of food. You're going to get presents, have lots of lovely drinks, you know, have a sing-song, you know, watch some great telly. This is your chance to sit back, relax, and enjoy just life, and don't, you know, take it for granted. You know, soak up each and every moment of Christmas and share it with the people that you love the most. And finally, before we go on to Q&A with the DJ, the last thing really is the aftermath of Christmas, because obviously after that, the following week, you've got New Year's, another chance to, you know, showcase and celebrate, you know, seeing in a brand new year, a year that you don't know what it's going to hold for you, a year that could be full of twists and turns, that you don't know what's around the corner. You know, that is another chance for you to celebrate it with the people that you love the most. And, you know, mainly for many people, for New Year's, it's a chance to get absolutely, you know, pissed off your nut, which has always been my cup of tea for a New Year party. But there's a kind of, you get it in the middle. So you've got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, 24th, 25th, 26th of December. And then you've got the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, which is like 4 days, or maybe even 3 days. That I always feel absolutely rotten. I feel just so, like, I'm fed up of food, like, because Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, you eat so much food. You know, you're having so many meals that have so much rich food. You know, you're having, like, you know, say hypothetically, like one Christmas Eve we had lamb shanks, you know, potatoes, veg, you know, chocolate pudding. Christmas Day, turkey, potatoes, you know, bread, chocolate fudge cake, you know, cheese and crackers, you know, fruit, chocolate. Boxing Day, we normally have like cold meats, so we have like cold turkey, ham, beef. We either have most mashed potatoes or new potatoes and beans, you know, and we normally also have an absolutely huge big fry up on Boxing Day. And when I've been hungover before, you know, a fry up normally serves me quite well, actually. But so you eat an absolutely huge ton of food, more than you'd ever eat throughout any other period of the year. And then I get to like the 27th and I'm just fed up of food. I'm fed up of food, I'm fed up of drink. You know, I have alcohol Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Boxing Day. I'm just like, yeah, I don't need any more alcohol, like, generally. So you have like a few days to recover and start to get back to a normal schedule of eating and drinking. And then you get New Year, and we normally have a massive New Year meal, plenty of drinks, and like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I also have my sister's birthday on the 30th of December, so it's kind of like her birthday the 30th, New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day. So 3 more days of just eating loads of rich food and also just drinking, you know, astronomical amounts of alcohol. Now that I'm older, obviously it wasn't when I was younger, you know, I wasn't having like shots of vodka and tequila when I was like 80 years old. But, you know, it just is one of those times where you overindulge yourself in food and drink, and you overindulge yourself in the nicer things in life. And also that is an interesting point, because it's like, if you had the chance, you had all the money in the world and you could have like takeaways every day, eat all this rich food every single day, you get to a point where you're just so fed up of it. You want something bland, like beans on toast or something, like, generally. Like, if I ever go on a holiday, like when I went to Disneyland Paris like last year for my sister's 23rd, we had a lot of rich food, and after that, like, I came home and I'm so thankful, like, just cereal, toast, you know, just the really bland, plain things, you know, that we take for granted. Because when you overindulge yourself in rich food, you know, constantly, you get to probably just sick of it. And I just, in those 3 days, I have no energy. Like this year, all I will be doing is just recording and editing over those 3 days, which is going to be interesting to see if I've got a hangover. But, you know, other than that, you know, those 3 days are just like write-off days, really, because I'm just so, not fed up of Christmas, but I'm just fed up of food and drink. And I need time to reset before New Year. And then once New Year passes, you get into a stage where things get back to normal, and, you know, it's all good in the hood. But I want to know, also let me know down in the comment section below if it's just me. Like, I generally have that feeling where I'm just bored, and I don't feel hungover necessarily, but I'm done with kind of food and drink. Like, I reach the end of my tether with the amount of food and drink that we have. Like just generally, you know, I get very, very, like, I get to a point where I'm just fed up of all of that. So, you know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just something that I've noticed, but I'd be interested to see if you guys have the same thing as well. So, we have been going for just over an hour now. So, we are going to conclude this Christmas podcast with the return of Q+A with the DJ. So, I have 5 questions submitted in from you guys on Twitter. If you want to feature on Q+A with the DJ, then just tweet me at DJ Bagpuss 938. Normally use the hashtag DJ Bagpuss Show, capital D, capital B, capital S. And for this one, I actually use a different hashtag. I use hashtag Christmas Q DJ Bagpuss. So it's capital C, capital Q, capital D, capital J, capital B. And that was the hashtag you can use. So the first one we've got is from Forever AFC number 1, and his question to me is, what is your favourite thing about Christmas? Now, this question was tweeted to me quite a lot, so I've picked out 2 of that same question, and I will answer that for you now. The first thing, and I've basically touched upon it in this podcast, but I'll try and think of it a different idea and answer for you, Forever AFC, and that is the fact of that my favourite thing about Christmas is the just the overall feeling in the air that you get on Christmas. Right, I did say it earlier, but I love that feeling in the air. You know, the food, drink, the family time, the television. You know, there's a distinct feel that you get from, you know, Christmas, and I love that. I just love the hype and the excitement and the buzz around Christmas. You know, it's an exciting time of the year, you know, particularly, and it always has been for me. And, you know, when I was younger, that kind of feeling was, you know, cascaded like times 100. Because obviously when you're young, Christmas is the greatest thing. But obviously as I've got older, you know, I still get excited about Christmas. I love Christmas, but, you know, that excitement level that was times 100 is always like times 10, times 5. But I just love the overall feeling that you get of Christmas, like, just generally, that is like my favourite thing, just the overall feeling in the air. You know, it's like, I can feel it calling in the air tonight. You know, that overall feeling is what I find so majestic and magical about Christmas. So, thank you for the question, Forever AFC1. Thank you for the support that you've shown on this channel. Now, our next question is from... Let's go with a double question from Matty, who is a YouTuber. Please check out his channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Go check him out. He's a great YouTuber, and he subscribes to my YouTube channel. And once he tweeted me the 2 questions, he sent me a DM and said, "Can you, you know, shout out my, you know, his YouTube channel?" And I said, "No worries. Of course, you know, I'm always up for supporting my fellow YouTubers. So please go check out his channel. He does a lot of great content." And his first of a double question, he sent us 2 questions. He's absolutely treating us and spoiling us. He said, "What do you think gives the best Christmas present?" Or sorry, who do you think gives the best Christmas presents out of everyone at Arsenal Football Club, and why? Hashtag Christmas Q DJ Bagpuss. Probably Olivier Giroud. I can imagine he's quite excited with the old Christmas presents. I've heard probably actually Santi Cazorla, and you know, kind of ironic his name is Santi. But I've heard he actually picks out some decent Christmas presents for his, you know, teammates, and you know, I think it'd be over those 2. But I think Olivier Giroud is quite an eccentric bloke. What a great hairstyle he's got, and also 1 year almost, New Year's Day, January 1st, 2018, will be 1 year to the day where Giroud scored the best goal I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, but yeah, I think he gives out the best Christmas presents. I got a feeling like, you know, Giroud probably buys like joke presents, and also Santi Cazorla. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Arsene Wenger's got a little bit of a secret touch. I wonder if the players at Arsenal do like a secret Santa, maybe they do something where, you know, I don't know, when you open up a door and, you know, you get like a treat and a present for each one of those days. Maybe number 14 could be the Golden Premier League trophy, because, you know, number 14, Thierry Henry, was a member of that Arsenal Invincible squad. I don't know, but if I have to pick one, it's going to be Olivier Giroud. I believe he gives out the best Christmas present. What those Christmas presents is, I do not know, but I probably think they're probably quite funny ones, and certainly ones that will make his other teammates chuckle. So thank you, mate, for that question. And your second question, which is also Arsenal related, he definitely came from my Analysing Arsenal series 100%. But he says, if you could pick one player from Arsenal to sign, or if you could pick one player for Arsenal to sign after Christmas, who would it be? Hashtag Christmas Q DJ Bagpuss. And I've had a lot of thought about this when he tweeted me this kind of question, and probably David Luiz. There's been speculation at the time of me recording this that Arsenal have a chance to buy David Luiz. He's very unhappy at Chelsea. I think he's falling out with Conte big time, and I think that David Luiz wants to stay in London, and I think he's got great admiration and respect for Arsenal, and I think that's actually quite a very, very good, you know, a very, very good, what's the word I'm looking for? A good asset for Arsenal to acquire. We've been, ever since we've lost like Sol Campbell, Martin Keown, Ray Parlour, we were looking for a commanding centre back that is going to be nasty, that is going to lead the defence to the front. We've just got a bunch of babies at the back. You know, really, we generally have got an absolutely just a pussy defence, if I'm being perfectly honest. So it would be nice for, you know, David Luiz to join Arsenal, tighten us up defensively at the back. I think he's a great defender. I really do. I think he's a very, very good defender, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he came to Arsenal in January. So yeah, if we can have one player, for Arsenal to sign a January transfer window, David Luiz, we've been rumoured with so many players, replacement for Sanchez and Ozil, if they're going or if they're staying. But, if there was one kind of clear-cut thing that was definitely going to happen that I could pick right now, it'd be to sign David Luiz, because I think defensively we really need sharpening. Koscielny, we've got, Mustafi who's out injured, but if we had Koscielny, Mustafi and David Luiz in the centre, Kolasinac, Bella, that is very, very good, but back five, and, crucially, just strengthens us up, even better. Hopefully we can get the likes of Fekir or a player up top. Especially if we don't lose Ozil and Sanchez, then we won't need to improve our attack. We just have to work in the training ground, because Ozil, Sanchez and Lacazette have only had moments this season where they've looked great. They've been slightly underwhelming this season, so it will be interesting to see what happens in terms of Ozil Sanchez's contract negotiations, whether they're going to go in January. But yeah, David Luiz would be the player that I'd want to sign. So yeah, thank you very much, Matty, for those questions. Appreciate it. Now our fourth question comes from the Real Shash TV, Mary Shashmas TV, and he says, what has been your highlight of 2017? Hashtag Christmas Q DJ Bagpuss. So we just get the question ready. So thank you very much, Sash TV, for that question. And yeah, he's also got a YouTube channel himself. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. Go check it out. He's a very, very good YouTuber. My highlight of 2017, again, I've had quite a bit of thought about this when you tweeted me the question last night, and that's a tricky one. I mean, mate, it's probably going to have to be something to do with my YouTube channel, because obviously, that's been my crown jewel 2017. Graduating from college with the grades I got is up there as a contender. I'd say, probably if I would say, hitting 100 subscribers would be your highlight of 2017. And I would say that, but I think actually we have to go back even further, and I'd say when I hit 1,000 views, and we hit 1,000 views very, very rapidly, and back then, it wasn't a huge achievement, but the more I think about it, that for me was a highlight, because to know that 1,000 people have clicked on to my channel, it's just mind-blowing. Even though it was over, I think it was over, we hit it in May, so I think it took me about 20 videos to hit 1,000 views, and our first video we got 200 views, 100 views. So it took us a little bit. I mean, it was a rapid pace to get to 1,000 views, but the fact that 1,000 people clicked onto my channel was just mind blowing. As I said, I never thought more than 10 people would. So to have 1,000 clicks is just absolutely just insane. I mean, we're almost at 7,000 clicks. I know it's a lot the same people, but to constantly keep going back, and 7,000. Someone has I've been watched almost 7,000 times, which is a ridiculous number. I didn't think I'd get anywhere close to that. Generally, I'm always thankful for the position that I would be in. So that'd be a YouTube highlight. If I picked a personal highlight for me this year, it probably would be getting to 19. How I've managed to survive 19 years is beyond me. But I think I'd say probably graduating college and the transition from going from college into work. I came into that music technology course at the bottom of the pile, worked my way all the way up to the top, and left doing something extraordinary. So YouTube highlight, hitting 1,000 views, and personal highlight for 2017 was graduating with the grades I got, because they were absolutely fabulous grades, and I never thought in a million years I could do that. And just shows you that if you work hard enough and you don't give up, you can achieve absolutely anything in life. So yeah, thank you, Shash TV, for those questions. Our next question comes from Julian Julian S. You all know Julian. He was an avid member of Q+A With The DJ in season 1 of the DJ Bagpuss Show. He's also featured in a video or two, and also is my graphic designer on the channel. And his question is short and sweet: what do you want for Christmas? Hashtag Christmas Q DJ Bagpuss. So, firstly, thank you very much for the question, Julian. As ever, he's also a YouTuber. We've had quite a lot of YouTubers tweet the show. for this segment of Q&A with the DJ. I will also leave his link in the description below, although he hasn't uploaded for a fair time. So Julian, your New Year's resolution is to get back on the daily grind of getting videos done. And that is from me. Get back on the grind, my friend. What do I want for Christmas? Not a lot, really. So I want FIFA points. I mean, generally, FIFA points, a couple of games, but honestly, I just want to have a good time with my family. And if I could get FIFA points to a couple of Xbox games, that would be merry as well. And also, I really want a new calendar. I ask for a calendar every single year for Christmas because I love calendar. I've got two calendars. I've got a Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies calendar and an Arsenal calendar. So I'm probably going to keep up with the Arsenal calendar theme. I've had an Arsenal calendar now for the last 3 years. It just looks so nice in my room, and you have to have, honestly, you have to have a calendar. So, a couple of bits and bobs, and just to have a good time with my family and friends, and also to hopefully share some great Christmas videos, and get my channel growing even further over the festive season is another thing that I want for Christmas. I'm always looking to expand the channel, and if we can get some new people into the channel for Christmas and Christmas present, that would be absolutely brilliant. So not much, but yeah, that's kind of what I want for Christmas. So thank you very much, Julie, for that. And our final question for today's Q&A with the DJ is from Reverend. He's also a YouTuber, and his link will be in the description below. But his question is, again, what is your favourite thing about Christmas? So I answered it before by saying that my favourite thing was the feeling in the air that I get for Christmas, but I think, and let me just turn off my phone, I think the main also other thing that I love about Christmas is the entertainment that is put on over Christmas. I've said about it before, but you get loads of Christmas specials, you get lots of special TV shows, and it's just the telly. It's one of the few times that you are glued to the telly over the Christmas season. Great football games on Boxing Day, and just generally, I just love Christmas telly. I'm not really a huge telly person anymore. I used to be back in my early days. When I was growing up, like through school and college, I used to watch an absolutely crazy ton. Now doing YouTube, I watch kind of EastEnders, The Apprentice, I'm a Celebrity. I don't watch as much telly as I used to. American Horror Story, Walking Dead. So I still watch a fair bit, but not as much as I used to. I used to watch countless box sets. But Christmas is the time where I'm absolutely glued to the TV screen and absolutely love it. So yeah, there's a couple of things. But if I narrow it down to like my two favourite things, what is on telly and the overall feeling of Christmas are my two favourite things about Christmas. And also I've said, what is the true meaning of Christmas is spending time. So I love kind of spending time with family and friends, and just being in love and creating memories, and also reminiscing about memories. The television schedule for Christmas and the overall feeling of the buzz around Christmas. So those are my three favourite things about Christmas. So yeah, thank you very much for all of the questions that were sent in for Q&A with the DJ. My next podcast that is going to be the last one of 2017 won't feature Q&A with the DJ, but my next one will. But I'll put out on my Twitter whenever I am doing a Q&A with the DJ. Just tweet me your questions and you will most likely feature on the podcast as well. I had to get it down to the best 6, and I did that, although I think we only actually got 6. So yeah, but feel free to send me any questions you like, and also if you want to feature on the podcast as well, you can let me know as well on my Twitter. But that is it for the Christmas podcast. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed talking about Christmas in general, and it's just going to be a very, very relaxing and exciting time for me over Christmas. I will have a Christmas special coming out. It will be either out on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Hopefully going to get it out. I scheduled it for Christmas Eve as well. It's a very, very special video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more great content. Follow me on Twitter at DJ Bagpuss 998. Contact the show using my email, which I will put on screen now, and I'll also put my Twitter on screen now as well. And you can also tweet me using the hashtag DJ Bagpuss Show, capital D, capital B, capital S. I also want to say have a very healthy, happy, and Merry Christmas. And I will rejoin you for the final podcast of 2017 just before we see in the new year. It's a very huge video coming up, and it is going to be a very, very personal video of mine, so stay tuned for that. This is DJ Bagpuss signing out. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I shall speak to you all soon. And once again, have a very Merry Christmas, and see you guys just before the new year as well. Take care, and see you all soon. Goodbye.